Today I want to address a topic that many of you have brought up with me in comments and emails and even in live coaching appointments, and that is, how do you know if maybe your relationship is coming to an end? And this is such a difficult topic because there's a part of you that really loves this other person or is attracted to them and likes them, and it may be hard to face the reality that things are winding down in this relationship. So today I want to give you 5 clear signs or 5 red flags that maybe things aren't going so well in your relationship. And the mere fact that you clicked on this video might be an indication that you're sensing that something is off. Now, it can be difficult to face this reality, but you have a choice to make. Either you address these 5 signs, or you have to recognize the reality that your relationship might need to end. Now, for those of you guys who are in committed relationships, maybe you're married and the thought of divorce is just not something that you're willing to accept, I want you to hang on until the end of the video because I have some hope for you guys as well. All right, let's talk about the 5 red flags that might be an indication that your relationship is over. The first red flag you need to pay attention to is the fact that you feel you can't be authentic with this other person. You're always trying to be someone that you're not in order to maintain the relationship and in order to get along with the other person. And sometimes this will show up when you're around them and their friends. You're not sure how you should behave. You're not sure what you should say. You're very careful how you act because you know that if you were to just let your guard down and be yourself, that you probably would offend them or upset them or bother them in some way. It's a clear sign that something's wrong. You can't be someone that you're not. At least you can't sustain that for very long. And trying to change who you are in order to maintain peace in the relationship only creates internal conflict. And relationships that are built on things like that often don't make it over the long haul. The second point is overthinking communication. Do you find yourself examining every text and every message, wondering what they mean by what they're saying, and you're being very careful in how you communicate? It's almost like you're walking on eggshells. You're wondering why they're not responding to your text. Maybe you sent them a message and you know they've opened it, but they haven't responded. And you basically spend more time trying to figure out how to communicate than actually communicating with this person. That's a clear sign that something's not the way it should be in the relationship. The third red flag that you should pay attention to is a preoccupation with the relationship's future. Are you constantly wondering, are we really committed to each other? Does this person really love me or like me? Do we really have a future together? Can I introduce them to my family? And if you're not sure where you stand in the relationship, you're not sure if you're really a priority to this other person, then it's a good chance that your foundation might be off and your relationship might be in trouble. The next point is increased irritation and frustration. If you are irritated when you see their name pop up on your phone, or you dread meeting with them at the end of the day, it's a sign that maybe the relationship is not doing so well and that there are problems. The little things that you used to find attractive or you used to find quirky, you now find annoying and frustrating. When you have this level of frustration building up within you in the relationship, it's a sign that things are not going well and you're starting to detach from this person. And the last red flag we might call conflicting values. If you feel like you're compromising your core convictions by being with this person, like for example, maybe you're drinking more or starting to abuse some other substance, you're isolating away from friends, or you're only participating in activities that they enjoy, then that's a problem. Without mutual respect and balance, you'll always feel undervalued and unappreciated in the relationship. So here's a quick test. Try not going out with them. Try staying home with friends or going out with friends. And if you feel a sense of relief because you don't have to be around this other person, it's a clear sign that this relationship is not aligned with your true self. I think the point that I want to make is that sometimes we confuse attraction with compatibility. And attraction is important. It's that initial spark that ignites that relationship, and it feels fantastic, but it's not the same thing as compatibility. Compatibility means we get along. We actually enjoy being with each other. We're friends. We're better together than we are separate. And this is essential to have a lasting, loving relationship. So let's recap these 5 red flags. 1, you don't feel like you can be authentic with this person. You don't feel comfortable being your true self. You're, number 2, overthinking communication. You're being very careful what you say and how you say it. Number 3, you're preoccupied with the relationship's future. You're concerned about whether you're going to make it through the long term and whether there's really a future with this person. Number 4, you're increasingly feeling irritated and frustrated by their presence. Rather than being calmed by their presence or excited, you start to feel a sense of dread come over you. And number 5, you're maybe experiencing conflicting values. You're finding yourself doing things that you wouldn't normally do, saying yes to things you wouldn't normally agree to. And if you recognize these signs in your relationship, then it's maybe time for a wake-up call. As Lizzo would say, truth hurts. But sometimes it's necessary to hear it, and it's necessary for us to listen to ourselves. And, you deserve a relationship where you can be your true self and where somebody really wants to be compatible with you. Now, before we wrap things up, I want to give some hope to those of you who might be watching this video and feeling very discouraged because you have no intention of separating or getting a divorce or leaving this person, and you're wondering, okay, I'm recognizing some of these signs, but I'm not willing to leave the relationship. What do I do? And I want to give some hope to you guys that there are some steps that you can take to improve your relationship. Every relationship goes through ups and downs, and every one of us will have our challenges and problems. And there are some things that you can do to strengthen your relationship and improve it. So let's talk about what those things are. I have 3 steps that'll help you reconnect, revitalize your marriage. The first step is you have to be willing to open up the lines of communication. I know this is scary because you don't want to upset them and make things worse, but you've got to have an honest conversation and you have to share your true feelings with your partner. So be careful about blaming or criticizing. You don't want to blame the other person. Maybe use I statements and just talk about how you feel, and be sure to include what you really want. Let them know the kind of relationship that you long for and the intimacy that you desire. This can help you both understand each other's perspective and maybe start to work towards solutions. The next step is consider seeking professional help. I know maybe you don't want to see a counselor, but a trusted friend, a life coach, a marriage coach, somebody that will provide a safe space for you and your partner to be able to discuss what's going on. Now, if they're not willing to meet with the counselor, then go by yourself because you need encouragement and you need support. So a professional can provide you with tools and strategies to help you increase communication and to be able to express and understand each other's needs, and also how to navigate conflicts in a more healthy way. We're trying to rebuild communication and trust here, and therapy can provide you with a safe space for you to be able to work through these issues and develop, hopefully, a deeper connection to yourself and to your partner. The third point I want you to consider is reconsider how much time you're spending together. And we need more time together. And if you're not doing well, I understand. Maybe you don't want to spend time with this other person. But if we're going to make this relationship work and we're going to make it a priority, then we have to invest in quality time together. So you might make a conscious effort to plan date nights or activities that you enjoy just to spend some recreational time together. Most couples do not spend near enough time together in order to maintain a healthy relationship. So what can we do that we both enjoy and create some new experiences together? Reconnecting on this emotional and physical level could reignite the attraction and the spark and the interest in this relationship. Small gestures go a long way, so acts of kindness or service all can help you rebuild some intimacy with your partner. It's important to remember that relationships take work and commitment from both partners. It's inevitable that relationships will have their challenges, their highs and lows, but with understanding and empathy, we can work together to overcome the obstacles and to move to a much more fulfilling, life-giving relationship with each other. If this video has been helpful to you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Put your comments in the comment section. Share what lessons you've learned along the way that you think might help somebody either understand that their relationship is in trouble or what you've done to help recapture the love and communication in your relationship. I linked a couple of videos at the end of this video if you want to learn more. Thank you guys, and as always, be present to life.